Alright boys, so today we're gonna be talking about Childe. Now Childe is someone I'm really excited for because from what we've seen, from the info we have, if you don't know, I've made a video about his skills and everything already. They were translated. Go check that out if you want to know what he does. I'm not gonna recap everything here. But to me, he looks like by far the best character, by far the best DPS in this game. Okay, so I'm really excited for him. Now the problem is that you'll for the most part want to use him in his melee stance form, but he uses a bow, so artifacts and weapon choice can be kind of difficult, which is why we're gonna have this video where we're gonna try to find out the definitive best build for him. Now obviously things are gonna change because there's a certain set that's not in the game yet and that might be the best one for him. Right, they might add new weapons, they'll be better for him in the future, but for right now, with what we have, we can pretty easily determine what the best build is. So we're going to be talking about what weapons, what artifacts, and what the best team for him would be. Okay, so let's start with weapons, okay? Now I've made this little Photoshop thing, okay? So that when we go through stuff, we can put it down here, and then I'll rank him in terms of usefulness and whatever, and like how good I think it is, because there's budget options and there's expensive options, right? So we'll be talking about all that, right? And then at the end we'll have a clear answer as to what his best build will be. This is more of like a discussion video. I don't think that right now, especially because he isn't out and there's some combinations that we don't know if they'll work with his melee stance yet and with the bow skill, so we'll have to wait. But for now, we'll look into it, okay? So without wasting any more time, let's start talking about weapons. Now, weapons, if we go to the weapons tab, he uses a bow, okay? We have to remember he uses a bow. And the thing is, there's two things you have to keep in mind. One, he's melee. Well, you'll pretty much only using in melee form. And two, he really wants crit rate. He really wants crit rate, okay? Crit rate is super important on him because they'll get his broken flow going, his low passive, and that's very important for him, okay? So, let's talk about what the weapons are. So, first of all, the Skyward Harp, okay? A 5-star bow, you have to pull it, right? So good luck doing that. But this is, for the most part, the best bow you can have on him, okay? I'm sorry, I wish it wasn't this way, but it kind of is, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy this weapon, okay, and we're gonna put it into his little sheet. Now the reason I say this is his best weapon is because, well, look at it. One, it's a 5-star, so it'll give him great base attack. Then two, it gives him crit rate as a substat, right? In addition to that, it also gives him crit damage. Okay, and then he also hits have a, well, whatever, let's say refinement wearing like 2 and plus is unreasonable, so let's just stick with 1. Hits have a 60% chance to inflict a small AoE attack dealing 100% physical attack damage. Can only occur once every 4 seconds. This works so well with his melee stance because when you crit with him, which is what you'll do a lot with this bow, you'll do 1 more damage, and 2, you'll apply broken flow, which makes it so your attacks will, on that marked target, explode and do AoE damage. So in addition to this, he'll have insane AoE clear and insane single target clear because of his high crit damage and high crit chance. So this is, sadly, unfortunately, I don't have this bow, so I'm pretty upset, but this is by far the best bow you can have on him. Okay, now let's talk about other weapons, right? So, the Amos bow increases normal attack and aim shot damage by that much percent, increases damage from arrows shot even further by this one for every 0.1 second arrows up in flight. This we will ignore because this is only talking about arrows, and well, his melee attacks don't fly, right? So they'll technically be applied instantly, which I know what you may be thinking. There's a certain weapon that would technically work really well. We'll talk about that at the end, okay? Well, once we get to it. Now the Viridescent Hunt, whatever. The blueprint weapon actually, not blueprint, I don't know, battle pass weapon, sorry. The battle pass weapon actually really good on him because it's really good on him if normal and aimed shot translates into normal attack and charged attack, okay? Because we don't know that yet, right? But if this translates when you go to his melee stance to normal attack and charge attack, then this will be a fantastic weapon for him. 1, it's a 4-star, right? Decent base attack. 2, crit rate. Love that. Amazing on him. And then 3, little cyclone, attracting surrounding enemies, right? This part doesn't even matter, right? But it's attracting surrounding enemies, it's sucking them in, and then you, with your AoE, will keep splashing it on more enemies because they're all getting sucked into this little vortex cyclone thingy. And then you have one that's marked in there because you've crit him because of your crit rate, and then you keep attacking them and you trigger your broken flow. So this is really good on him. Okay, so we're gonna put this weapon on the list as well. Now this is only a blueprint weapon. Jesus Christ, a battle pass weapon. Okay, so keep that in mind. The size is gonna be kind of iffy for these ones because descriptions, everything differ, right? But we'll make do with it. Okay. Now next weapons are this tab. I'll close these tabs. Hold on. There you go. The next one, the stringless. Stringless, we ignore. Is not good on him. Sacrificial bow, don't care. Doesn't work on him. Rust. Now this is a decent bow on him. Not worth putting on there because it gives physical damage bonus. So you don't really care because you don't do physical damage, right? But the effect is nice. Okay, so if you don't have any of the bows I'll recommend throughout the video, this one works, but it's not worth putting on the sheet. Okay. Now the next one, I actually think might be worth because Royal Bow, you have to use your Struggler for that one, but upon damaging an enemy, increases crit rate by 8%, max 5 stacks, a crit hit removes all stacks. So the thing is, you just want to crit with him, right? So every 5 hits, you'll definitely get a crit, okay? So you could just build crit damage on him, no crit rate, and you have the increased attack. So I think this is actually a fantastic weapon for him. So I'll actually copy a shorter part for him. This is definitely worth putting on the list. Let's make it smaller too. Cool. We might need more space, but don't worry, I can do that. Okay. But let's move on. Now the Favonius, the prototype Crescent is aim shots on weak points increase movement speed by 10% and attack by 6% for 10 seconds. This is wrong. It's 32%. As far as I'm concerned. I can check real quick. I'm actually in game row. Let me just go here. I'm pretty sure it starts off as 36 or 32% and it goes to 72%. But we'll check in game again. But I think they forgot to add the 3. So let's check really quick. So it seems I was right. They did forget to add the 3 on the weapon. So this is actually a 36% attack increase, not a 6% attack increase. So yeah, this weapon I was thinking about as soon as I saw this kit. I thought this, even if it's just aim shots on weak points and charge attacks won't work, then this will still be good for him because depending on his cooldown of his skills, which we can maybe check, maybe they have the information. They do not have the information. But if his cooldown is around 10 seconds or even 12 seconds, then you pop this, you get your 36 or at max ascension 72% attack, and then you switch to your melee stance, you do your burst by just using the skill, right? Like your burst damage, and then you have 72% increased attack for 10 seconds. So I think that's actually really good. It's definitely worth picking up. Not sure if I want to put it on the list. I will put it on the list because I think it's a neat little option, okay? And it's also free to play because you can just craft it, right? So I'll actually put it on there. I will change it though. Photoshop tag here, you can do this, right? So let's do this, and then I'll zoom out, and then these two we can put here, and it's fine. And then I just boom, there we go, and it's perfect. I will make this a little bigger, okay? Because I suppose I'll share this image with you at the end, right? I mean, you could just screenshot it, but I'll share the image for people that care. We don't need to see the crafting. I can just it's still too big. This is fine. Okay. Yes, this is messy, and trust me, I'm actually really good with Photoshop, but I'm just lazy, okay? So far we have these weapons. I kind of want to make these bigger too. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna merge these. I'm gonna cut this part off, and then we can make them bigger. You love to see it. Okay, now let's go back to the weapons, okay? Because there's more. There's 3-star weapons too. Now this one will ignore physical damage, crit damage, Struggler exchange, Blackcliff Warbow. I think it's pretty good. Press the advantage, crit, it gives you crit damage, so you just have to build crit chance on him. After defeating an enemy, attack is increased by 12% for 30 seconds. This effect has a maximum of 3 stacks, and the duration of each stack is independent of the others. So, pretty much you'll always have a 36% attack increase after defeating the first 3 enemies of Abyss, unless it's like the big guys, the Fatui guys or something where it takes a little longer. But for the most part, you should actually be fine, especially because it's 30 seconds, right? You just have to kill someone within 30 seconds to keep up your max stacks, okay? So, I think this is a fine weapon. I don't think it's worth the Sagular exchange though, so I'm not going to put it on the list, okay? But you can keep this in mind, whatever. Now, this one I thought was going to be good. It gives you crit rate, it increases your attack, it increases your crit damage. But when you take damage, you'll be cleared, and it's just not worth it, okay? It's just not worth it. It doesn't work. Terrible bow. Now we get to the interesting part. The part where I'm like, yo, if this works, this bow is broken. Slingshot. Gives you crit rate. Love to see it. Now, if a normal attack or aim shot hits a target within 0.3 seconds of being fired, increases damage by 60%, right? Realistically speaking, you can get this max refined. Otherwise, it decreases damage by 10%. Who cares? If your melee stance, our attacks will hit them immediately, right? There's no travel time. So, if this is how it works, and they make it so the melee attack counts as a normal attack or an aim shot, whatever, right? And you will hit this, like, there's no travel time in your melee attacks. You slash them, boom, that's it. Then this will be an insane bow for him. This will be a great bow. Yes, it's a 3-star, so the base stat won't be that good, but it'll give you crit rate, it'll give you 60% attack. I think this is a fantastic bow. So we'll put this on here as well. I have to make this a little smaller. Boom. I think great choice. Great choice. Fantastic choice. And the rest, now the Raven Bow, you can use on him. It's fine. It increases damage against Hydro. If enemies affected by Hydro, it's fine. Gives you Elemental Mastery, and I'm sure there's a fun build that you can make with him where you where you use Elemental Mastery, right? Cool. Now, and the rest of the bows don't work with him or just aren't good for him. Okay, so let's talk about weapons now again. I think so the Skyward Harp is definitely the best one. Okay, definitely the best weapon for him. It's pretty much made for him. Okay, it's actually just his kit amplified. It's perfect for him. Okay, Slingshot I believe will be the second best option if this works. If it doesn't, oh well. Then we have this one, which again, normal and aim shot attacks, we're gonna assume that it works like that, because if it doesn't, kind of weird. Okay, so this would be the second or third best, right? Tied with the Slingshot in my opinion. And then it's between these two. I believe the Royal Bow is better for consistency, but the Prototype Crescent will allow you to do crazy numbers. So Royal Bow is definitely going to be insane for him. Definitely worth picking up. Definitely worth picking up. Because you will crit every 5 hits, right? Or like, you won't go 5 hits without getting a crit with this bow, right? So that's really good for him. Because that means every other hit will be a crit, pretty much, right? So, on your artifacts that we'll talk about in a second, you will be able to get a lot of damage. You'll be able to build a lot of damage, okay? So yeah, anyway. Those are the weapons. All these are fantastic choices. We'll have to see when it comes out how it exactly interacts with aimed shots or with normal and aimed shots, right? But I mean, if this translates into charge attack on when he's in melee stance, then oh boy is this weapon good. On him. But if not, then it's still good. But whatever. Let's move on to artifacts. Now, artifacts, I had a great idea for him, okay? Do they have a build that they recommend? They do not. Okay, so my idea initially was, yo, Martial Artist sounds insane on him. And it is insane on him, okay? It's really, really good on him. Now, the problem with Martial Artist is, and I know you're already like angrily typing the comment because I mentioned the set. There is no 5-star version of it. You can only get it as 4-star as of now. There's only a 4-star option, right? If I go into the game and I go to the domain where you get the rhymed Lamel, and I go to the domain where you can get it, which is this one, right? You see Martial Artist, and then when you go to the 5 stars, there is no Martial Artist. It's the Witch and the Flame Walker, Lava Walker, whatever. So, unfortunately, the martial artist will not be his best set because you're missing out on stats. But effect wise, this is definitely his best one. No doubt about it. 100% this is the best one. Okay, now a different set which would work really well on him is the resolution of Sojourner. But the problem with that one is, again, no 5-star version. Okay, if I go into the game, it's this one. There is no 5-star. There is no 5-star version of it, right? So unfortunately, no fun. Okay, the best set technically for him would be something like this, but for water. So for hydro damage plus 15, and then increases damage caused by all the hydro reactions by 40%, and triggering such effects decreases this, or whatever the other one is different. But yeah, this would be really good on him, right? Or like this, using elemental skill, increase a 2p set, whatever it would be for the hydro one, would be awesome for him. But unfortunately, there is no hydro set for him out yet. Right now, there is no hydro set, right? And also, the gladiator's finale will not work on him because he doesn't use a sword, claymore, or polearm. He uses a bow. And I'm like 100% sure this will not work with his melee stance. That wouldn't make sense because he still in his inventory has a bow equipped. So therefore this one doesn't work. So let's go through them. Obviously adventure doesn't work. Obviously he doesn't do geo damage. Berserker, fine, 4-star, ignored. Bloodstained Chivalry, physical damage, ignored. We do hydro damage. Braveheart, actually good, but as far as I'm concerned, there's also no 5-star version of this one. Okay, so right now we're kind of in a bad situation. So you'll either have to, and this will come down to maths that I'm not willing to do right now. Martial artist might be the best one. Okay, now I said it only has a 4-star one, but it might be the best one still, because let me go back. This one might still be the best because the damage you get out of this and the way it synergizes with his build might still just be the best option for him, and it will outweigh other builds. Obviously what you could do is you could just go 2-piece gladiator, right, 18%, and then 2-piece something else, right, 2-piece a different 18%. You could 2-piece Sojourner, which is a 4-star, or you could do 2-piece gladiator, 2-piece martial artist, right? So let me actually throw that on there. If you want to maximize your stats with 5 stars. So the way it would work is you'd have 2 5-star pieces of gladiator set, right? A 3rd piece that's a 5-star, right, with a good roll on it, and then 2 pieces of martial artist, because this is still really good for him. This is still really good for him. So let me put this here. Boom. This is definitely a great option for him, right? This will definitely work pretty well. Obviously, the 4-star stuff sucks, but we'll have to deal with it, okay? And now, the resolution of Sojourner, you can make this work. You can 100% make this work. I'll throw this on as a whatever, right? As a whatever set. You can definitely make this work. It's just that, you know, it sucks that we don't have 5-star versions of these yet, right? It sucks. It sucks. Now, a different thing, where if I could find it, is this one. Increases charge attack damage by 35% if the character uses a catalyst or bow. Right? Not bad, to be honest, right? Your charge attack will do a lot of damage. It gives you elemental mastery, and to be fair, you'll be proccing a lot of elemental reactions with him, so elemental mastery will actually work well on him, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of this. We just need a hydro set, which we won't be getting anytime soon, I don't think. The next one that we've seen be leaked is the cryo damage one, and this one. Okay, so it's not looking too good for our boy Childe here. Okay, like his kit is broken, but the artifacts can't really support him. What you also could do is you could run the Braveheart and the Gladiator set as well. Just 36% attack, right? It won't give you too much attack, right? It'll end up being like 300, 400-ish, right? Depending on what weapon you have, but it is worth mentioning. Right, his problem is his artifacts. We can definitely say this. You can just run double at 18 attack. It will work, but you know, in the end, not the best, okay? So, in my opinion, the best one is Martial Artist, right? The 4-piece, I don't care if it's a 4-star, right? You'll just throw a, like, one of them will just be the flower, and then you'll have, like, the crown, the helm, whatever, you'll just have to be a 5-star. Now, what roles do you want on him, okay? Now, if I could, let me see if they just have it on Jinky so I can copy and paste it so it looks nice. Okay. So, actually, they just have it in text. I thought they had it in color and everything, so it'd be cool. Whatever. So, what you want on him is crit rate or crit damage, okay? On your artifacts, because if I close this, it depends on what you have here, right? Most of these give crit rate, right? These 3 give crit rate, and this one gets crit rate, okay? In that case, you want crit damage. But if you go the prototype crescent, or you go a different bow that doesn't give you crit rate, you want crit rate, okay? You want to make sure that you're in total at around 50% crit rate, okay? So that every other hit will crit. Honestly, 40%. 40% crit rate will do. So you want to reach that. Now, if you've reached that, you'll go hydro damage and attack, okay? The other thing you could do is you go, because you have a crit rate bow, you go crit damage, hydro damage, attack. Okay, those are the rolls you want to go. Let me make the side sort of pretty, okay? Let me make this like, what's a good crit color? Like red, right? Now that's like pyro damage. Like this, okay? Hydro damage would be blue, and then attack would be red. I said it's pyro, it's attack now. Cool. That's what you want to go on him. Actually, attack is a base stat. We'll keep it white. Cool. And the same on the top one. I'm too lazy to change it. Cool. Anyway, so this is what you want to run on him, artifacts wise, and weapons wise. But I don't know what it is. So short. There you go. Now let's talk about teams real quick. Now teams doesn't really matter. The thing that you will 100% want to run with him is, I can actually just make this in game and then copy it, and I just replace Childe with someone else, with Jinkyu. So what you want is, you want to have, wait, let me not do this on this team. It's my main team. Let me do this on this team. No, that's my jungler team. This team. So what you want to do is main DPS your Childe, right? Then you want Fischl as a support DPS. You get Fischl for free, so don't worry, you'll be fine. And then Barbara, which you should have for free, realistically speaking, right? You also want. Now with Barbara, really important, you really want to have this book, the Dragon Slayer book. So he gets 48% attack on switching, okay? Now, for the last slot, it doesn't really matter what you put there, okay? You can put another DPS, you can put your Venti, you can put your Klee, you can put Razor, I suppose, even, right? You can pretty much put anyone there. The 4th slot doesn't matter too much, right? But with 2 water, you have increased healing, which is really cool, right? But what you also could do, I suppose, is if you want to have Klee as a support DPS, and you could run Bennett as your other support healer type thing, you could have both of these, okay? So these are both options that you can definitely run, okay? So, oh, this could also be Diluc, by the way. So just a pyro DPS that can support. Now with Diluc, it'll be kind of difficult because you'll have to switch between 2 main DPS. So it's kind of weird, right? It's not like Klee, you can just throw the bomb, switch back into him, get your reactions going. So what you want to do for the most part is, let me copy this, hide it, and then move it over here. There we go. And then, yes, I don't really need this, but it's whatever. Let me put this above everything. Then for teams, like I said, either double water, double fire, or double water, electric fire, or double water, or whatever, right? You just, like, Fischl would be great. Fischl works so well with him, but then you'd have to give up the 25% attack, boo-hoo. 25% attack, honestly not that big of a deal, right? Because it's not like it goes off your total attack, it goes off your base attack. It gives you 25% of your base attack. So as far as I'm concerned, so if I go to my Razor, right now, his base attack is 635. It gives me, like, it's making like a 200 difference. 150 actually, yeah. 600, yeah, yeah, around 150ish. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this cleared up the Childe build guide. If I'm completely wrong somehow, which I don't think I am, I will come back and revisit this video in the future, so make sure you subscribe and everything. But for now, this is gonna be it. This is a long video, I know, so if you've watched until the end, yo, I respect you. You're super cool. Anyway, ciao.